This is a recorded interview between Senior Constable Greg Mully and Stephen Tone of 4 Morwell Avenue, Dandenong South, conducted at the Dandenong Police Station on Wednesday the 27th of November 2013. Other persons present is my corroborator.
Senior Constable Kessel, 34316.
Stephen, do you know the time is 2:29 p.m? Right at the top.
Yep.
So just get your full name and address for me.
Yeah, Stephen Thomas Tone, 4 Morwell Avenue, Dandenong South.
Stephen, I intend to interview you in relation to the offences of breaching an intervention order and threats to kill. Before continuing, I must inform you that you're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be recorded and given evidence. Do you understand this?
Yes.
I must also inform you of the following rights. You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a friend or relative to inform that person your whereabouts. You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a legal practitioner. If you're not an Australian citizen or permanent resident of Australia, you may communicate with or attempt to communicate with the consulate of the country which you're a citizen. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Do you wish to exercise any of these rights before the interview proceeds?
No, I don't.
What's your age and date of birth?
I'm 37, my date of birth is 7th of December 1975.
And are you an Australian citizen?
Yeah.
Are you a permanent resident of Australia?
Yes, sorry.
Are you Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander descent? No? Okay. Do you agree that I phoned you earlier today and we've organised for you to come down for an interview by appointment?
Yep.
When you came to the police station, I told you you were under arrest?
Yeah.
And basically gave you the same caution and told you what it was all about?
Yeah.
So, there's currently an intervention order in place between you and, who is it, Nurtan Tanya?
Yeah.
And who's that?
It's my ex-wife.
Okay. And I believe that you're aware of the incident. Sunbury Police have been speaking to you about it, have they?
The 30th of August one I am, yes.
Okay. I might just read the statement. Feel free to stop me at any point you want to make a comment. And I'm sure you'll have a version of as to what went on, but I think she's gone into the police station on the 5th of September and reported an incident that happened on the 30th of August at the Hungry Jack's in, was it Spencer Street? Says her name's Nurtan Senai Taina. She's 26 years old. Says she was previously married to a person known as Stephen Tone. We were together for about 4 years and have 2 children, Chloe, who's 3.5, and Mia, who is 19 months. You lived in Kirrirup, and your relationship basically ended on the 20th of March 2013 due to domestic incidents.
Yeah, 28th.
Okay. So the police took out an intervention order, and a full order was granted on the 23rd of July this year.
And I have one against her as well.
You have one against her?
Yeah.
And the one that's where you're the respondent, what are the conditions of that?
They're both the same. We don't have any contact unless it's about the daughters.
To do with the kids?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you change custody, is there anything about changing custody or anything like that, or where you do it?
Well, that was decided at the family court.
Family court?
Yeah, and now Berry Street.
Right, she goes on and says, on the Friday, the 30th of August 2013, I was in Melbourne City with my 2 children, my partner, ANDRE NASH, and a friend, Osika. We're at the City Hungry Jack's in Spencer Street, where they were there to exchange the children with Stephen. And the family law court decided that Stephen can have access to the children for 4 hours each Friday afternoon, between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's got full custody of the kids until December this year. And this has been going on since May.
Yeah.
So it was about 3:20, they were doing the exchange and you saw Stephen was recording her on the mobile phone.
Yep.
Was that true?
Yeah, that's true.
And where do you have it?
I just have it hanging around my neck.
Okay. And do you have a copy of that?
Not on me, no.
Okay, but you do have a copy?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy to, at some stage, give a copy to the police?
Yeah.
She says she asked you to stop recording?
No, she's just said to me, I know what you're doing.
Okay. And why do you record it?
for my own safety. She beat the fuck out of me in March and then told you guys that I hit her.
Okay.
And I got dragged away, bleeding, bruised, not a mark on her. Had these restraining orders thrown on me. You know, got dragged over the coals for nothing. And I'm still wondering why she changed her statement. She told the police at the house that I punched her and then went to the police station and said I pushed her.
Oh, well, we're not here to talk about previous incidents.
But that's why I take
You recall it?
Yeah,
And
because she's...
Did your solicitor advise you to do that, or police,
No,
or someone, or just
I just do it myself.
thought it was a good idea?
Yeah.
Do you do it to harass her, or anything?
No.
Are you trying to do something? Or just
No,
protection for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she record you at all?
Don't know. Don't really care if she does. She can if she wants.
She says when she asked you calmly to stop recording, you became very abusive to her, saying nothing, or she was nothing but a dumb bitch.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah.
I'm going to use my medical files against you.
Yeah, her medical files. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's claimed that I broke her arm on the 28th of May,
Yeah.
March.
But you're here for breaching an intervention order. So the question would be is, did you call her a dumb bitch?
Yeah.
Do you think that might be in breach of the intervention order?
She spoke to me first, and she didn't ask me to stop the recording. She just started having a go at me.
Yeah.
And you'll see on the footage.
What did
She just starts having a go at me.
And what do you mean having a go?
Just, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just the attitude in the voice.
Okay.
So, and I just kept recording. You know, I had her, that mate, a seeker,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, standing there. She doesn't introduce us. She just brings him along.
Does she call you names?
No, she thinks that because she calls me Stephen, it annoys me, but that's my name. So.
Okay. Of course, I think the first part of the intervention order says you can't be abusive. Do you think calling her a dumb bitch might be abusive?
No, she is a dumb bitch.
Okay. Well, she says you said this in front of the children. Would that be correct?
No, Chloe was there, but Mia wasn't. Mia was in with Mum.
And how did she respond when you called her a dumb bitch?
I can't really remember. I told her that I was going to subpoena her medical records to prove that I didn't break her arm for family court, and she just started going off about that.
Okay.
So I can't subpoena her medical records and yada yada yada.
Well, she says this made her feel pretty upset and anxious, and she said that she was leaving. Did that bit happen?
Sorry, she...
Said she was upset and she said she was leaving.
No, my mum and Tracy came back. Tracy was in getting a coffee and Mum came back with Mia. We said goodbye to Mia and started to say goodbye to Chloe, and she walked off.
Okay. She says she saw Stephen's sister come out of Hungry Jack's with some coffee in her hand. Tracy took Chloe out of my arms to say goodbye to her. Who's Tracy?
That's my sister.
I said, you've had your 4 hours with the children, I need to go. All of this occurred outside the store. Is that what she said? You've had your 4 hours? Or?
No, as Mum and Tracy started to walk up, she goes, "I don't start, Stephen." And then Mum and Tracy got involved and told me to put my head in.
Okay.
And I said goodbye to the girls.
She says she went over to the car and she put me in the car and called to a seeker to bring Chloe to the car. Stephen, Tracy, Sandra had followed us to the car. This was about 50 metres from the store. This also made me feel anxious, as they're not supposed to do this.
No, what happened was she takes off with Mia.
Yep.
We say goodbye to Chloe with that Osaka or Oscar, whatever his name is. He says goodbye with Chloe. He goes to walk off. Nerton's already crossed Spencer Street and gone left up Spencer Street to get into the car. We grab our bags and stuff off the table. There's tables at the Hungry Jack's. We get to the traffic lights and Oscar's still there with Chloe. So we walk across the lights with him and Chloe, and Tracy said, you know, we can wait. He didn't have a problem with us walking across. So we walk across to Burke Street where we park our car. Chloe wanted to say goodbye again. At this time, Andre, her boyfriend, has turned onto Burke Street from Spencer Street and just pulled up on the side of the road, and we're saying goodbye to Chloe, and he screams out at his mate Oscar, get in the fucking car, I haven't got fucking time for this. And Tracy walked up to the window to say, what's your problem, mate? And he started getting out of the car.
Okay. We went over to the car and I put me in the car and called it a seeker to bring Chloe. Tracy had to follow us to the car. It was about 50 minutes from the store. This also made me feel anxious. He's not supposed to. There was some more disagreement at the car. Tracy got heated at me and Andre stood up for me. The children got upset over us arguing and started to cry and were obviously distressed. We left the city and returned back home. This breach has made me feel anxious, fearful for my safety and scared. So there's something in the intervention order that stops both of you behaving away from the kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're both the same?
I'm not sure. I didn't really read the order.
Okay.
I don't want anything to do with her as it is, but I have to for the sake of my daughters. And I'd already been requesting that we have it done at the police station or somewhere else. I've been requesting for months. Okay. And then when this happened, my solicitor finally changed it.
Okay, I'll read a statement from Andre, and you feel free to comment. This was taken on the 21st of November, by the looks of it. My partner is Nurtan Sine Tenya, and I call her Sine. Sine and I have been on and off together for 10 years. Any reason why you're laughing?
She's been married twice.
Okay. To this guy or?
No. First one was to her cousin, so he could get a visa, and then she married me last year.
Okay. We don't live together. Sine has 2 children, Chloe, who's 3.5, Mia, who is 1.5. Sine's ex-husband Stephen, Tony is the girl's dad. There is a family law order which says Stephen is only allowed a 4-hour visit with the girls, and he's only allowed in the CBD with them. He's not allowed to take them out of the CBD. When Snow got beaten up and when she was with Stephen, there was an intervention order where...
How can you make a statement saying that I beat her up?
Yeah, okay.
Well, he was there all of a sudden?
No, it's just what's in the statement. Probably should have been there. At about 3 o'clock on Friday, maybe a little bit after 3ish, a couple of months ago, myself, Asika and Sinead drove to Hungry Jack's at Southern Cross in the city to pick up Chloe and Mia. They'd supposedly been on a bus trip with Stephen, his mother Sandra and his sister Tracy. The kids were with Stephen in their 4-hour weekly visit. We were meant to pick them up at 3 p.m. When we were at North Melbourne, Stephen sent us a text saying they would be late by 20 minutes. At that time, Sine contacted her lawyer because of the strictly 4-hour limit. After that, we made our way to Southern Cross by 3:20. Did you send that message?
No, Mum actually sent a text message.
And was there a reason why?
Yeah, the bus trip just took longer than it was meant to. Yeah, the driver or something either went home at the start of the trip and it was late starting, or during the trip. So
okay, you can't control how long the bus is taken.
No.
So now Asika had gone to pick up the girls at Hungry Jack's and Spencer Street. Sine instructed me to wait in the car on Collins Street. Sine took Asika with her because Stephen and his family don't like me. Okay. Once they grabbed the children, I saw Sine pacing across Spencer Street with Mia. Asika was a fair bit behind with Chloe. Sine jumped in the car crying and said that Stephen and the rest of the family had had a go at her and said that they were going to use her medical files against her in court. At that time, I noticed Asika walking across the road. Stephen and his family had surrounded Asika and Chloe. Chloe was crying. Had you surrounded them?
no, Chloe wasn't crying. She was saying goodbye to us.
Okay. They were all crossing over Spencer Street to come into Collins Street. By the time I noticed Chloe crying, they would have been a metre from the car. When I noticed that, I jumped outside my door. I was screaming at Asika, "Get in the fucking car." Did he say that?
Yeah.
This is in front of kids.
Yeah, but he was still in the car when he said it. He hadn't got out of the car. And unfortunately, I stopped the recording. I started the recording when we were on the train, and I stopped the recording when we got to the the intersection to walk over Spencer Street. So
Alright, so May and Mia were already in the car. I jumped back in the car, I put the passenger windows down and told Asika again to get in the car because Steve and the family had surrounded Asika. Had you surrounded the car or him or what?
we were saying goodbye to Chloe.
Okay.
So
Chloe was still in Asika's arms at that time. Then Stephen and Tracy had stuck their heads into my passenger's window. I was in the driver's seat. I said to Steve and the others, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Asika. At that time, Asika has something and put Chloe in the car. Then Tracy decided to come into my window and was yelling at me.
no, he got out of the car and started having a go at her.
So he jumped out of the car and said straight to Tracy's face, you and your family gave Sine a hard time for so many years. I've been with her on and off for the 10 years. Leave my girlfriend alone and let the courts deal with everything.
No, apparently he said that our time is up. We've had our time with the girls. He's known her for 10 years and the rest I couldn't tell you because my mum was holding me back.
Okay. At that time I noticed Stephen getting very boisterous and pointing at Sine because she was videotaping Tracy and myself. Was she videotaping?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Stephen's mum was holding him back. I felt as though Stephen was going to go for Sine and hurt her. He didn't clearly say, I'm going to get you. He did clearly say, I'm going to get you.
No, I didn't.
He said that nice and loud. I was pointing at Sine.
I actually said to him, why are you telling my daughter that she can't love her daddy because he hurt mummy? That's what I actually said to him, and I was calling him an imbecile.
Okay. I jumped back in the car because I noticed that Tracy had noticed Sine was taking a video of her. Once I jumped in the car, Sine and Tracy were having words. Asika was in the front passenger seat. Sine was in the middle at the back, and the girls were at either end. After Tracy and Sine finished having words, Tracy was saying to Sine, you should leave everybody out of it and let us deal with it. Did she say that?
I don't know. Nerton yelled something at her like, he's always bullied me, and from what I know, I think Tracy just laughed at that and said, we haven't Nerton.
Tracy was saying to Sine, you should leave everybody out of this and let us deal with it. I'm pretty sure Sine said we're going to let the courts deal with it. After that we took off and left. Back to North Melbourne to drop off Asika.
Andre was yelling abuse at me. He said something, called me four eyes or something because he drove off, which is really good because my daughter went off.
Said he went straight home. I didn't see what happened under that. On Sunday, the 2nd November, I drove to Berry Street. Okay, so this is a separate intro.
Yep.
Sunday the 10th of November, I drove to Berry Street, which is on Salisbury Street, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Richmond by myself to pick up Chloe and Mia. That's where the exchange is done to drop off and pick up the kids at a centre where Stephen has them. I dropped off Mia and Chloe at 12:30 that day to the contact centre. I sat in a room while they were delivered to Stephen. This was put in place because of the family law course last month. When I returned at 4:15 p.m, the children were put back in my care at 4:30 p.m. When I got the kids loaded up into the car and started driving, when we'd made it as far as Victoria Parade, I asked Chloe how her day was. She straight away said, Daddy's going to kill Mummy and you.
No, I never said anything like that to my daughter.
Okay.
I keep my daughter right out of our arguments.
At that time, my initial thoughts were to ask her again and record it. She didn't say anything else, and I didn't before I started recording her. And I'd asked her, where did you go today? After she had mentioned her dad was going to kill us, this was recorded. When I first picked the girls up, Chloe had said that she was tired and hot. This was after we got in the car. Mia can't talk properly, she just got a couple of words, Daddy Mia bottle. I videotaped Chloe using my iPhone. I pulled over and straight away asked Chloe, can you tell me what your dad said again? She repeated, Daddy is going to kill Mummy. I stopped the video and asked Chloe, what did Daddy say about Andre? As I was calling the second, Chloe said, he's going to kill Andre today again. I've just listened to the first recording again. I said, what did he say again? Chloe replies, he said he's going to kill Mummy and I was with him today. During the second recording I said to Chloe, where did you go today? And she replied, I went to Silly Billy's house. I'd asked if he said this to Chloe and she'd replied, yeah, I don't know who Silly Billy is, but I suspect
It's called Billy Lids. It's a kid play centre in Richmond.
What's it called?
Billy Lids.
Billy Lids.
Yeah, it's a kid play centre
I
in
suspect
Richmond.
it's Stephen's house.
No.
So much for suspicions.
Yeah.
As far as I know, he's not allowed to take them there because of the family court order. After that I called Sine and explained to her what had happened and asked her to meet in North Melbourne. Sine met me in North Melbourne. About an hour later, Sine then instructed me to drive to North Melbourne Police Station. She took Chloe inside and he waited in the car.
Yeah, no, I don't say things like that to my daughter.
Have you got any idea why she say something like that? Is that her words or?
No, they're not Chloe's words. Chloe loves everybody. And she just wants everybody to be happy according to the court report.
Do you discuss things with your mother and sister in front of the kids or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. Chloe asks me if I'm going to get back with Mummy and I tell her no.
Alright, Nerton's put another statement here, I'll just read it quickly. Stephen on numerous occasions had become aggressive towards me and as a result So the phone call at 4:40pm on 10th of November 2013, my current partner ANDRE NASH explained that he had dropped the kids off at Perry Street contact centre in Richmond. My partner ANDRE NASH told me that at 4:30 today he picked up me and Chloe. Chloe got in the car and said Daddy is going to kill Mummy. Chloe then also said Daddy is going to kill Andre. Andre has recorded these. I feel very anxious, stressed by these and it puts him in fear.
She knows what lines to use. But no, I don't say anything like that to my girls. That time that I have with them is time for me and the girls, not for us to discuss their mother or their mother's partner.
Okay, any questions from you, Senior?
No.
Well, do you think?
In the incident with the August the 30th, my sister's actually got a restraining order against Andre NASH for that day. It was granted in October from Dandenong Court.
Okay. So I think you said to her, you called her, what do you call her? Some stupid bitch.
Yeah, the dumb bitch, yeah.
Do you think that might be offensive to some people? Do you think she might have found that offensive?
I don't care if she did, really. Sorry, but she knows she's not meant to talk to me unless it's about the girls. And you'll see in the video footage, she starts having a go to me. She's talking to me like a piece of shit. So I spoke back to her the same way she was speaking to me.
And did you report a breach?
Why? I reported a breach and you patted her on the back for it. She sent me texts being a smart ass about me using cannabis.
Okay.
Yeah, I've stopped using cannabis. I haven't used in nearly 6 months. I get this text when Gavin Krasiska does a report on Sunday night because he had a 20-year drug habit where he's used like cannabis and ice and all sorts of things. And I get this text, hope you're watching Channel 7. And of course she tells the police that I was watching a documentary. No, there's no documentaries on Channel 7. Not on a Sunday night. I just,
Okay. Who did you speak to at the police station in relation to that?
I made the report here. He's got a long, funny name. He's an Italian or Greek fella, I'd say. He was at the front, but it should be on file that I made it here. Okay. I spoke to him. He said that somebody had interviewed her, and that was it.
Oh. I'll ask you, what's your reason for breaching the intervention order and when I say that, I'm talking about calling her a stupid bitch.
Just she was annoying me.
Okay, you may be charged with breaching the intervention order. You're not obliged to say or anything unless you wish to do so. I don't think you say to no recording given evidence. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Do you wish to say anything in answer to the possible charge of breaching the intervention order?
Yeah.
Do you want to make a written statement in relation to this matter?
No.
Okay, I'll just talk to you a bit about fingerprints. You've led to a punitive offence of breaching the intervention order. Your fingerprints are required for the purpose of identification. Your fingerprints may be used in evidence in court.
They should already be on file.
Yeah.
They were done in
I know.
March.
If you refuse to keep your fingerprints voluntarily, remember the police force may use reasonable force to obtain them. If you're not charged with relevant offence within 6 months or are so charged, the charge is not proceeded with, or you're found not guilty of the offence or any other relevant offence within that period, the fingerprints get destroyed. Okay, do you understand this information?
Yeah.
Do you want to comment on that information? I think you just did. Do you consent to giving your fingerprints?
Yeah.
Do you agree the time is now 2:54 p.m?
Yes, I do.
Interview concluded.